Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a challenge video. Now it's been a while, but today we are in a farm. And the challenge is we have 3 hours to get the best photo we can on this farm. Now, that challenge shouldn't be too hard. I've spent a couple of hours here a lot of times and been able to get some excellent photos. But the issue is today it is a very overcast day. Now, if you live in Britain or you've heard of Britain, you'll know that the weather can be pretty dull, especially in the winter, and today is not an exception. In fact, today it's really dull. There's quite a lot of mist and the sky is totally grey. Although it probably looks white in the film, it is totally grey. So I've got 3 hours to get the best photo I can on this farm, and then there's a link in the description to my Reddit page where there'll be a poll where you can go and vote for your favourite photo that I take on this farm. So it should be a fun episode. Now, to record the time for this episode, I have a beautiful blue watch. Not sure if you can see there. The time is 8:20 exactly, and I am going to start the challenge now. So the challenge will finish at 11:20. So I'm not going to stand here and talk for too long. There is a pheasant in this field behind me, so I'm going to set up and try and get some photos of that. Filming the pheasant. I've got my camera set up on a tripod here, and I thought I'd just take a minute to tell you what I'm using. The camera I'm using is the Canon 250D. I'm using the Sigma 150 to 600mm contemporary lens, and then in my camera bag I also have my Canon 50mm 1.8 lens, because I thought just in case I wanted to do some landscapes or there's some cows and I wanted to get the cows in a nice big photo. And that also brings me to another rule I was going to say. I want to photograph a living animal, so I'm going to be focusing on photographing birds, mammals, maybe insects, but I doubt it. But I'm not going to be doing landscape or plant photography. I'm telling you this because if you want to get involved with this challenge, then feel free, go find an area. I'm not sure how big this area is, but I will tell you, I'll put it on the screen now, how big this area is, but it doesn't actually matter how big the area is. You could do it in your back garden or a local park, and then you can go out for 3 hours, do this challenge, and once again, if you go to my Reddit, you can share your results on there. Okay, so the pheasant flew away. Some people walked past which scared it, but I am walking quite quickly now, so sorry if the camera is shaking, because I saw on the other side of the farm, there are some cows, and they're standing right on the top of a hill, and then behind them there's some beautiful orange trees, so I'm hoping that they're going to stay there, and I can get some nice photos of the cows on top of the hill, with a nice orange background. It also means I'm now walking across the entire length of the farm, so I can kind of have a look at everything I've got going on today. But yes, hopefully we'll get some cool cow photos and I'll show you them. Okay, so we reached the cows in time. I'm not sure if you can see them all the way over there on the top of this hill, but I got my camera set up. I've taken some photos. I'm not getting the beautiful orange blur. I was hoping there's just not enough separation between them and the background, but I'm still getting some nice photos. Now I hear a pheasant and I see him over there. I'm not sure if you heard that. I may have been talking over it. There is a pheasant over in this green field behind me. Sorry if you're getting confused about all the fields. I'm pointing them all out, but he's being quite vocal, so actually I may go and focus on photographing that pheasant instead of these cows. They're going to stick around, whereas the pheasant might not. It is 8:40, so we've been going 20 minutes now, and so far I haven't got any photos really. I've got those photos of the cows and that's it, so hopefully we're going to get some nice photos very soon. Okay, so I got a few photos, nothing special. Again, it was quite a long way away, which I think is going to be my biggest issue. It's quite a large area, so things are going to be at quite a distance. However, I did get some nice video. I managed to track it extremely well. I'm very proud of myself. As you know, I'm primarily a photographer and a videographer second, but I think that was a pretty good bit of tracking on the camera using a ball head, so it's pretty tough. Now, there are lots of cows in this field and they're all gathering to the middle. I'm assuming they're having a meal, maybe. They're all eating, who knows, but I'm going to go over there and see if I can get some photos of them all gathered, maybe some interactions. Who knows, at this point I can't see anything in particular I want, so I'm just going to walk around for a bit and see if anything shows up. And like I mentioned, there are cows on this farm and one of them has come up to greet me, so they're all looking around. Who knows, we might have a whole herd here soon. But just a minute ago, in this field, I got a crazy video. It was crows fighting. Now, I was very lucky because I was very quick. I was surprised how quick I was, but I did manage to get it on film and then managed to follow them for a while. So here you can see the crows fighting, and I did it in 50 frames per second, so I can slow it down so we get more detail. And then, after filming these crows, there were some cows. I took some photos of the cows, but a robin came. Now, he's still on this telephone pylon over here. You won't be able to see him. I mean, you may. I'll zoom in and see if you can see him. But he is sitting on there currently, and he was sitting on there before, singing away. So I got some video and some photos of him. Now, the robin photo was great, but these cows have come up nice and close, and cows are hilarious. I don't know how much time you spend with cows, but if you hang around cows for an hour, you will know that they can pull some crazy expressions, they can do some crazy things, and it's always great to get some photos. So I've got some beautiful photos of these cows as well, which I will show you. Now, as I mentioned, I've got some friends here. It's just munching away. But I am going to stick around, and then if anything else crazy happens, I will let you know. Now, the time is 8:54, so we still have a bit of time. And that was the cow saying, please like and subscribe this video and go join my Reddit. The link is in the description. Now, I've managed to attract quite a large crowd here, to the extent where I'm struggling to take photos past the cows, and they're too close to take good photos of. So, I'm going to go and find somewhere else to stand for a bit. But as you saw, I swapped to the Canon 50mm f1.8 lens. This meant I could get some beautiful blur, and because they're nice and close, I could zoom into their eyes and get some cool footage. Okay, so I was walking down this path, and I just got a beautiful photo of a robin. I've got a few, in fact. He was on this perch behind me, this little white stick here, and he was singing away, but I was back at a bad angle. I was like, probably, yeah, about here. So you can see the white stick, find out where it is, it's about there. You can see the white stick through the fern, which meant I got some nice blur around the robin, but it was nice and sharp on the robin. Now I was using a very low shutter speed so that it could be a sharp image without having too much grain, but I'll put the details of what the shot was on the photo so you can see. But I'm very happy with this shot. It may be one of the winners, who knows. Do a little time update. It is 9:20, so we've had exactly 1 hour of the 3, and we've already got a few photos which could be the winners, so we're doing quite well. I think we've done very well in the 1 hour we've had, and hopefully the next 2 will just get better. And we've now come to the top of the farm, so we're going to hang around here. It's very quiet. I have a nice tree behind me where we might get some wildlife, and then there's another big empty field behind me. So we're surrounded by fields, which means we should see something, and hopefully we won't be waiting too long. Now it hasn't been very long. Yep, it's now 9:30, so we're 10 minutes on from when I last updated you, and so we're going to wait around and see if anything arrives. Also, I think I forgot to mention I swapped back to my Sigma 150 to 600mm lens when I took the robin photo, and that's what I'm still going to be using. And so I've been waiting for 10 minutes and I haven't seen anything. I had a nice conversation with the lady who said there were some deer and rabbits out here earlier. Obviously, I don't think we're going to see them now, it's quite busy, but who knows. So I'm going to go and find an area where there's more animals because, as I say, we've been here 10 minutes and haven't seen anything. And so I've been walking around for quite a long time now. I haven't been able to find much at all. So I've come back to the field where all the cows came and gathered by the fence, but this time I'm a little bit behind the bushes to try and conceal myself a bit. Also, these bushes are often inhabited by lots of little birds. So hopefully we'll get maybe some goldfinches or dunnocks, robins, they'll often be around here. I'm not sure what we'll find. Now in this puddle behind me there were some starlings, but a person walked by with their dog and they all flew away. This is a little bit of an issue being on the public paths. People walking by scare the birds, so it's not only me who has to be careful, but also if they come, the birds are going to get scared away and there's nothing I can do about it. Now in this field there are now 3 pheasants, so I've got them being recorded just on film. They're too far away to get some good photos of. And there's also lots of pied wagtails flying around, so maybe I'll get some photos of them, I'm not sure. Anyway, doing a time check, it's now 10:26, which means we're running out of time. We're in the last hour because this challenge finishes at 11:20 and we need some more photos, so yeah. And we just got some more photos, which is excellent. These bushes behind me, there was a blue tit sitting on the top, so I got some nice photos of the blue tit, and there were some goldfinches. Now the goldfinches were quite deep in the bush, so there's quite a few branches and the like, but they're still some decent photos. Once again, let's check the time. It's now 10:42, which means we have a total of 40 minutes left to get some more photos. I'm going to aim for 4 more photos. That's 1 every 10 minutes. That should be reasonable, and I reckon we could do that. But then again, I'm not 100% because it totally depends on what wildlife shows up. and I found 2 more pheasants. Now the concept of that is totally normal because we've now seen hundreds of pheasants on this farm, which is great news because I can't wait to come here and regularly find pheasants. However, the difference is this is a male and a female. Now they're a long way behind me in this field, so I'm not taking photos, but I did this video and you can see they're chasing each other around. Now I'm not sure if it's a male chasing the female or if they're both chasing each other. Obviously it's not the right time of year for mating or anything, so I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're running around and it was quite entertaining, so I videoed that. And then, while in this field, I found the bull. Now, in the original field where all the cows came up close to the fence, they were all females, and in here they're mainly females, but there's quite a few young ones and the bull. So I'm going to see if I can get some cool photos of the bull. And I swapped to using my 50mm 1.8 lens again because the cows came pretty close. Again, the bull came really quite close. Now, he hasn't raised his head once. And he hasn't still. His head is down and he is just constantly eating, which is annoying when it comes to photos. I wanted him to bring his head up, but he didn't. So all the photos have him eating down on the ground, which is a shame, but I don't have much time. We have 20 minutes left and I want to go and find something else. So I'm going to swap back to my Sigma 150-600 and I'm going to head out and see if we can find some more animals. Okay, so I'm now pretty much exactly back at the spot where all the cows came to the fence, and I've got this pylon behind me again, and the robin is sitting on it, again singing. He's in a different position. I did take a few photos. Unfortunately, he's just on the wrong side of the pylon, so we can't get a perfect view of his entire body. So I don't think we have very long left. In fact, let's do a time check now. We have 5 minutes. Yes, so I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay here for the last 5 minutes. I'll do the countdown to the end, but then we're going to get some video and some photos. Hopefully this robin will move, maybe come a bit closer, and then, who knows, some other wildlife may show up. And we have a few seconds left. And there we go. So the challenge is now complete. All the photos I have taken, I will put together in a montage at the end with some numbers. If you remember the giveaway in Wildlife Walk number 5, then you'll know how this works. I'll number each image and then go to my Reddit. The link is in the description, and you can vote for which photo you think was the best. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Go join my Reddit. And why don't you give this challenge a go? Feel free to go out, just find an area, and then give 3 hours of your day and just photograph everything that you find in those 3 hours. And I can almost guarantee you'll get some awesome images, because 3 hours is a perfect amount of time. You can go out. It doesn't feel too long. You don't feel like you're wasting time. It's a good amount of time where you can get into sync with an area, actually get to know what is happening in the area, take some cool photos, and then you'll have the photos to show for that time. And then feel free to share, email, or post on the Reddit your results, because I would love to see them and be able to know what you guys are getting up to. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy the rest of your day.